Unhappiness is equal to the difference between reality and expectations. Say that you expect that your family needs 2 brand new cars in the driveway. And the reality is that you have 2 cars with over 50,000 miles on them in your driveway. You see, your expectations are greater than the reality, and you're left unhappy. Remember the equation. Unhappiness is equal to the difference between reality, what you're actually experiencing, and your expectations, what we think we deserve or what we think we are owed. Now, Jesus wants us to be happy. God promises to provide us with everything that we need. A huge house, a new car, even a magic bullet aren't things that we need. And thinking that we need them leaves us unhappy. But Jesus wants us to be happy. In the Bible, in 1 Timothy 6:17, it says, "Command those who are rich not to put their hope in money." And the Bible goes on to say that, "But put their hope in God, who richly provides them with everything they need." I said that the number one goal of the marketing industry is to make us unhappy or uncomfortable with what we have. Well, God's number one goal is to save us from death. For sure, the eternal death, but also from the everyday death, the here and now. The baby Jesus came into the world to save you and I for an abundant, happy life. Now, the happy life isn't a pain-free life. Sometimes you study for a test and it turns out to be kind of a curveball and you don't do so well. Or sometimes you go in to get some simple stents put in and it ends up being open heart surgery. Or the pain in your side turns out to be terminal cancer. I hear people say all of the time that God doesn't give us any more than we can handle. I'm here to tell you, and of course, biblically speaking, that's bull. God does not make bad stuff happen to God's people. The God who sent his very own Son here on earth to die for us doesn't need to test us or to test our love. The sin and the power of the devil that are in the world and that are real and are working against us do that. Here, God is working for us. God is walking with us. Remember the Hebrews text. He experienced the pain and the suffering so that he could help where help was needed. And when you get a bad grade, or it's surgery, or it's terminal, we need help. And Jesus is there saying, death does not have the final word. I will richly provide you with all you need. This is our reality. You can expect this and be happy. As you go on your way this morning, I want to leave you with a choose your own ending to this sermon. So you remember those books where you used to be able to, you could read them and then choose your own ending? So this is a choose your own ending sermon. All the information about marketing and the reason for the cultural reason for Christmas is to sell stuff. Now, some people might find that overwhelming, and some people might say, well, it's empowering. I want to go out and do something. And that's completely normal because we're different people and different things strike us different ways. And so if you found yourself being a little bit overwhelmed by all that info, take the 1 Timothy 6:17 verse and kind of ruminate over it this week. Maybe write it on a piece of paper, stick it in your pocket, and take it with you, and pull it out whenever and be like, oh yeah, just kind of ruminate over it, think about it. Now, if you found yourself feeling kind of empowered, you're like, wow, that's some great information. I want to do something. I want to learn more. Go and check out storyofstuff.com, storyofstuff.com, and see where it leads you. The equation. Unhappiness is equal to the difference between reality and your expectations. It's true. Reality. God has blessed you. Now, aspire to use those blessings in the world to be a blessing. Amen.